Hello, coolers. Welcome to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We are going to discuss on Ferran Torres, as it has been reported that the Barca forward has no intention to leave the club amidst interest from Atletico Madrid. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then to conclude, talking about Ousmane Dembele, as it has been reported that the injured Barca forward is ready for next step as his recovery is going smoothly. We're also going to be discussing on that. So guys, before we get right into the full story, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. Barcelona forward Ferran Torres' stock has plummeted in recent times, with the 22-year-old struggling to get into the starting 11 under Xavi Hernandez. Having arrived in January last year, the Spaniard made a good initial impression, but his performances this season have not been up to the mark. With increased competition in the squad, Torres' game time has taken a major hit, especially after the World Cup break. The forward's reduced prominence and the club's need to make big sales in the summer have led to speculations over his future at the Spotify Camp Nou beyond the current season. According to Sport, however, Ferran Torres has no intention to leave Barcelona in the summer transfer window, as the versatile attacker wants to prove himself and succeed at Barcelona. The 22-year-old has not started a game in La Liga since the month of November last year, while his last start across all competition came in the Copa del Rey clash against Minos AD Shueta. Despite his situation, Torres is understood to be calm and comfortable at Barca and is hopeful of turning his situation around. The 22-year-old former Valencia man did not pay any attention to proposals from the Premier League in January transfer window, and he is unlikely to change that stance come summer. Barcelona are understood to be aware of Torres' stance on his future, although the club will assess the situation in the summer and therefore decide what is best for all parties involved. Amidst all this, Atletico de Madrid are believed to be retaining an interest in the 22-year-old Spanish international. The Rojiblancos already raided Barcelona from Memphis Depay last month and hold a degree of interest in Ferran Torres too. So it must be noted that Barca are keen on signing Yannick Carrasco and have a €20 million purchase option for him in the summer. Whether Ferran Torres enters the operation in any form remains to be seen. Of course, Ferran Torres has been having a very terrible season, have not started a game in La Liga since November last year. That says it all about the form that Ferran Torres is currently in. Of course, it has been a pity that Ferran Torres have not lived up to expectations. Right now, how do you see Xavi even starting Ferran Torres? He played very few minutes, and it never came as a surprise that other clubs will be showing interest in the player. And we all know the kind of competition that Xavi is creating at the club when it comes to players fighting for certain positions, which is, I think, is a healthy competition. Right now, Ferran Torres and players like Ansu Fati are really far behind. I think Rafinha is now up in his game, and of course, before Ousmane Dembele left for injury, was one of the best players in the team without any question. Lewandowski will always be Lewandowski at the center forward position. So I think right now, Ferran Torres needs to improve his game, or else, to be honest, I don't think he will have a very long time being a Barca player if he does not improve his performances. And that will even push Barca to be signing, it will not surprise many people if Barca go into next summer to sign a new forward if Ferran Torres does not improve. And I think Ferran Torres himself will be trying to, will be eager to push forward to ensure that he increases his game, to play well, to convince the manager, because he knows very well that competition is really, really fierce at the team. I think one thing that this Barca have been different from the other coaches that were here is because the competition that players have, it brings about something very good. If we see the way Barca are competing now, winning matches upon matches, week in, week out, it's all about the fact that many players want to prove to the manager that no, I'm the one who deserves to be a starting 11. And that brings some healthy competition, helps the whole team as a whole. As we have been seeing it's evident. Look at players like Alejandro Balde and Jordi Alba on that left back spot. Those are two quality left backs. Jordi Alba has been playing so well, and if you look at critically why Alba has improved his game, it's all about the fact that Alejandro Balde has been a big threat, and he does not want Xavi to look at him that way. That is why he has to up his game so that manager Xavi will also trust him in certain games. And exactly that's what we are seeing. It brings about healthy competition, so Ferran Torres needs to really up his game, or else things will really move from bad to worse. This is not a position that many people saw Ferran Torres to be in. When he left Man City last year, coming to Barca in January, of course, I think he started somehow fairly good, scoring spectacular goals. But at the end of the day, things have really dropped down for him. And I definitely think he needs to really, really improve, or else things will not be cool at all. And that is why you see clubs showing interest in him does not even come as a surprise. Then on to the next story of discussion. Injured Barca forward Dembele ready for next step in his recovery. Dembele should be back in the grass next week for light training. Ousmane Dembele's recovery is on the right track. That sentence alone is good news itself. The French player's attitude has been very positive since he found out on January 28th that he had an injury to his left thigh. He felt a pinch in the match against Girona, and for the first time since Xavi Hernandez took over, he was ruled out with an injury. Sport has learned that the Frenchman will soon take the next step, and perhaps the most important, in the recovery process. This week, he has been working hard and progressively with the bike to strengthen the affected area, and it's expected that early next week, he will step on the grass for the first time itself. Obviously without doing high-intensity exercises that could put his left thigh at risk, but as a first contact, it will have been 2 weeks since the day he got injured. He was ruled out for 4 to 5 weeks after the initial test. So as we said, things are going well, and most importantly, Ousmane is in good spirits and with a very positive mentality. He's aware that the work he has been doing for the last 1 to 2 years with his personal physio and with the club's physio, that is in the case of Carlo Nogueira since Xavi staff landed in Barca, is paying off, and that doesn't have to change anytime soon. So, in fact, in the interview he gave to Sport a few months ago, he assured that there has been a click, and that he understood some time ago that he had to dedicate himself much more to being an elite footballer. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.